early on in the game, first quarter. Let's see how this defense does on this drive. Down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13.
You can bet they're not going to go away from the running game anytime soon, but this is obviously not a good start. 2 carries, 2 runs, both stopped for a loss.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, that was a 3rd and long run, and to me, that was just a wave the white flag kind of a situation. Obviously, they don't want to risk the chance of throwing it downfield and risking a turnover in this section of the field.
And the Giants send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Pulled in at the 24. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now a handoff looking right. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
A good run there off right tackle. In an old school NFL football, the right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there for the Giants. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Off play action. McElroy under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum.
Under pressure, they got him again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. McElroy. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Hands it off out of the gun, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fielded at the 20. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. On first down, McElroy. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. To throw on second down, McElroy. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. And the Giants send out their punter now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken in at the 22. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. So we're in the third quarter. We'll see how this defense handles the upcoming drive as the offense takes over with a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14. Back to throw. McElroy. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now they try the right side here. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. from the gun. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped. A good spot to be in for this defense. They'll head back out, protecting a big lead here in this fourth quarter of play. On 1st and 10, McElroy, incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. They'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Looking to throw under pressure, and they got to him again. Calling a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. And the Giants send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And this offense, they're going to have it. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to, and he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. He's going to let it fly.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Robert Alford. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left.
Under pressure, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Back to throw. McElroy. Now he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. as he'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. And the Giants send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. Fielded at the 33. So this